Right now at 6 o'clock, we are following two big stories out of Indianapolis. Tonight, we're hearing from the family of an Indianapolis teen who was killed in a shooting at Kentucky State University. They are sharing with us how they hope that their loved one is remembered. We also tonight are keeping an eye on the weather, and that's where we start tonight with Angela. She has some of the changes that we can expect tonight and into tomorrow morning.
Yes, some big changes. Temperatures are dropping. We still have a little rain-snow mix out there. These little bursts of snow have been enough to coat the grassy areas in a few places. They are lake-enhanced snow showers coming off Lake Michigan, mainly impacting areas north and northeast of Indianapolis. So from Wabash south to Marion into Alexandria and Anderson, no significant accumulations, but we do want to prepare you for some slick bridges, on and off ramps, overpasses, anything that's elevated as temperatures are dropping and will continue to drop into the 20s. So a colder start tomorrow morning with a few slick roads. More snow on the way late tomorrow. We're expecting several inches of snow that will start to arrive this time tomorrow, impacting perhaps as early as the Thursday evening drive. Definitely those Thursday night activities through Friday morning, 2 to 4 inches of snow. Another round of snow on the way for the weekend. Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, an additional 1 to 3 inches of snow, followed by some bitter cold. We'll cover all of this on the 7-day.
Angela, thank you. And now on to our other top story tonight. We told you about that shooting at Kentucky State University, and now we are learning that the person who died there was a 19-year-old from Indianapolis. Ashton Hackman talked with his mom and his older brother. And Ashton, this has to be so tough for that entire family to process.
And understandably so. Dejon Darrell Fox Jr. was just days away from coming home for winter break. Now those who loved and knew him wait for answers in a tragedy every parent never hopes to endure. Chardonnay Cleveland has looked at this video a lot lately of her just a week ago picking up her son Dejon one final time. She never thought it would truly be the last.
Just feel cold. 1 minute I'm okay, the next minute I ain't.
She got the call every mom prays never comes, learning her son was gunned down alongside a classmate at Kentucky State.
And they say he died, I think, at 4:17. I think I got called at 3:20. I never would have made it in time.
Dejon was the first in his family to go to college right out of school, a Victory College prep grad from here in Indy, where his family says he played basketball. They called him hardworking, funny, and a kind kid at heart.
All he do is make people laugh. I don't know too many people who dislike him. How could you dislike him? Like, he gonna get on your nerves until you like him. He don't be like throwing up gang signs and he just was a cool, even though he was 19. He was...
A mom sending her youngest to college to keep him safe, only to lose him hundreds of miles from home.
I feel like I did good. I feel like I did great. I'm just sad that I feared for him being here because y'all know Indiana is crazy. I didn't think that this was something that I have to worry about while he at school on campus.
And as the tributes grow on the KSU campus, so too do the push for answers from Dejon Fox's family as the suspected shooter is in custody.
It don't satisfy me at all. My baby gone. He just in jail.
Tough to listen to. The suspect in this shooting, police tell us, is this man, 48-year-old Jacob Bard, and we're told he is the parent of a KSU student and from Evansville. He's being held in jail right now on murder and first-degree assault charges. In the meantime, KSU is suspending classes for the rest of the week. Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
There's been months of heated debates and threats from political retribution from Washington, and even anonymous threats of violence to lawmakers. All of it surrounding a proposal to redraw a map of Indiana's congressional districts. Last week, the House voted in favor of new districts, and tomorrow it's the Senate's turn to decide. Emily Longnecker is here with what lawmakers are saying before that vote tomorrow. Emily.
Well, and when it comes down to the question about whether this proposed map and redistricting bill, whether they're going to pass out of the Senate tomorrow or not, it really depends on who you ask. The overwhelming feeling, though, is that it's going to be close and that we won't know until those votes come down tomorrow. Today's session was quick, almost 30 minutes, with Democrats offering 3 amendments to the redistricting bill. All of them got voted down. Republican Senator Mike Young plans to vote yes today. He took some time to try and convince some of his colleagues to do the same.
Tomorrow, you have a chance to decide this, to allow them to continue to do what they get to do, and they have every right to do it, and there's nothing to stop them, have them take more Republican congressmen away, and we sit back and say, it's not fair. It's never been done. We're not going to do it now.
Republican Senator Dan Durnell, who hasn't said publicly where he stands on redistricting, wouldn't say today what the vote totals were looking like right now, only that we'll see tomorrow.
I'm hoping that when everything's over and done with, you know, we can move forward with a lot of other things that the state needs.
Republican Senator Mike Kreider says he's a no and won't be changing his mind between now and tomorrow.
I'm the whip, and we have not been whipping this, trying to convince anybody one way or another. I will say that Senator Bray has been pretty much allowing each legislator to come to their own conclusion, and I think he told you guys earlier this week that we'll all find out together, and I think that's really the reality. We're going to find out together tomorrow what the result is. But we tend to be...
We already know where Democrats stand. They are against it. Some Republican senators have been public about where they stand on redistricting. Some have not. So we're all going to find out tomorrow where everyone stands. And it's going to come down to those folks who haven't said yet publicly. Ann?
The unknowns. All right, Emily Longnecker tonight. Thank you. Let's talk Colts. Oh yes, Philip Rivers now back here in Indianapolis after signing with the Colts practice squad. And today we got to hear from him for the very first time. Dom was there for that conversation, joins us now live in studio. And Dom, this is just such a fascinating scenario.
It most certainly is. 44 years young. A grandfather.
Very young. Young grandfather.
How about that? His oldest child is older than Riley Leonard, okay? He's been out of the league for 5 years. It doesn't really matter, all right? He is here, and I'm telling you, it's a serious possibility he's going to play on Sunday and perhaps beyond. We talked at 4 and 5 how this all came to be. Bottom line is this: the familiarity with Shane Steichen, the playbook, the Colts organization, and his former teammates, 14 of which are still on the team from 2020, were the main factors in making this a reality. Let me be very clear. Philip Rivers is very aware that he's 44 years old, and he's been out of the league since 2020. He joked, look, I wasn't running away from people then. What's the difference now? Certainly, there's a healthy amount of skepticism on if playing him would ultimately give the Colts the best chance to win. I asked Shane Steichen today, even if it isn't this week, do you believe Philip Rivers can get to the level of play necessary for these last 4 games? He said if he didn't feel that way, that Rivers could play at a high level, he would not be here. Rivers says with each passing moment, he feels more and more confident that he can, in fact, do this, but he's not looking past the fact that he has some limitations. Both Steichen and Rivers with more from today.
Obviously, age is, you get older, and, you know, but I think the cool thing is that he wants to do it. I think that's pretty freaking cool. I mean, the guy's done so much in his career. He's a semifinalist Hall of Fame, and he still wants to do it. And I think that sends volumes and message to everybody like, hey, man, you get to play this game, and I got an opportunity to go do it again. And I think the obsession that he has for the game to get back on the field with his teammates is going to be awesome.
I don't have any concern from the neck up, and I don't have any concern of you know, making a throw. But again, the game's not routes on air. Again, I'm not naive to the challenge that's ahead at all. But I keep saying keep it that simple. I'm trying to keep it that simple. As long as I can live with the results, both good or bad, and go back home and move on, then I was willing to go for it, and I was able to get to that place mentally.
Simple. I think this was really thought to be just in case Riley Leonard couldn't play on Sunday. This is now striking me as it doesn't matter if Leonard's healthy or not. If Rivers looks good this week, he's playing. Steichen said we'll have an answer by the end of the week. He was non-committal if Leonard would start if he was in fact healthy. Leonard practiced fully today. A fascinating situation indeed.
Yeah, well, he's got that mental clarity.
Yeah.
I mean, and that is, I mean, how much of this is mental? A lot.
A lot of it. Be familiar with Shane Steichen, the playbook. He coaches his son's high school team, runs the same offense. I know it sounds silly, but that's half the battle.
Yeah, the confidence and belief that you can do it.
Yeah.
All right, Don, we'll keep an eye on it. Thanks
Guys
so
will do
much.
anything to avoid their 10 kids at the holidays.
That's good. That's good. All right. This is a big talker, not only here in Indianapolis, but really all across the country. In fact, they're covering it on the nightly news tonight. So you can hear more from the Colts quarterback coming up on the nightly news at 6:30 here on 13 with Tom Yamas.
This is a fan base that has waited for this kind of thing for a very, very long time.
Oh my goodness, you've heard the term Heisman Mendoza. We're going to introduce you to some of the IU students now who are traveling to New York City to support the Indiana QB. Angela?
Emery, a few flurries out there this evening, but I'm timing more snow, several inches of snow on the way starting tomorrow night.
Plus, it's a famous attraction here for the holidays, and now it's being recognized nationally. How you can get in on the celebration on national TV. Ahead.